Hey guys, Haku here. Let me fix the camera a little bit. Maybe? No? Looks like it's fine. Cool. So, welcome to Let's Craft with Haku, and we are going to be working on my Monica cosplay again today. We're actually going to be working on the skirt. As you can tell, I worked a little bit on it. It's going to be where we are going to do the patterns on it, which I need my phone for, because we have a design which I will show you guys right here. You can see that. Yeah. So I already started on some of it, and I've sewn a little bit right here. I've already checked, and then this one does fit. I had to alter the pattern like a lot, and it was not the size that it said. Shoot, so I had to really work on this. One thing I want to do before we really get started, and then you'll have my full attention. Great, so put that there. I thought that would work, but it doesn't seem like we want it to work. It's being really hateful. That's why it's not wanting to do this. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and just do it like this for now. Because what I was wanting to do is not gonna work. Alright, so set this here. Probably wonderful stuff that makes me at sometimes. I'm tired. I don't plan to sleep tonight. Alright. That's all to do there. Just a little bit. Good to stay hydrated. Alright, so I had this stuff right going my way a minute ago. Don't know if you can see this really good, but you gotta take this down, and then you take your hand and you keep going with it. And you're gonna just keep going like that. I'm gonna have to check this in a minute to make sure that it's still going the way I want it. But I think it's doing alright, yeah. And I'm trying to make sure that sides look even to one another before I sew, because it'll be aggravating if I have to seam rip this later. Because you don't want to have to seam rip things. It's like the devil himself decided to take part in sewing. And so I normally leave just a little bit of room with my ribbon in case something happens when we need it. Hey, Charlie! Oh, I forgot to put our stream, our Discord. That's me. It's Miss Scatterbrain. There we go. And so, put that to our thingy. Oh, how nice. Josh actually was gonna send some people to watch us today. Isn't that sweet? Oh, Josh is just so sweet. Anyway, I hope they're ready for us to say fuck and motherfucker and maybe do a little bit of this and anything in between. Because that's partly why we're a rated and broadcast sensation. Because we like to do these things at times. Sure, most of the time we probably could get away with a rated E, maybe T. But at times we also like to talk about women's boobs, dicks, dick on women, things like that. Women's dicks. Yeah. Okay. So just keep on putting these down. Make sure that they're not too far out at first. Because in the pattern on the screen, I can see that these aren't too far out. And then they slowly go farther out. So you gotta make sure that you're not going too crazy with it. So right about here is where I noticed it started going out a little bit more. And so and also, this is actually a pumpkin I bought last Halloween, and not this Halloween, but the one before last, I suppose. And I got them for like 25 cents, I think. And I use them for my pincushion now. Or a pincushion, I have several. But I like, that is a perfect pincushion. Silk wants to run with me. Alright, so what I'm going to do, since Silk is running so bad, I'm going to make it go further up right now. And then I'm going to hope that it doesn't want to run so bad. It doesn't help that the lace is also silk. And so it's double run from Haku time. Come on now. That's how you do this. You tell it who's boss. Okay, let's get that last pin in right here and check. I think this is good. I want to make sure that these are pretty even because of the fact that we have to put that pattern in between these, and so we need to make sure that these are good. And this is also a reason why we made this a little bit bigger on the ends, so that if we had to move it or whatever, we could. Yeah, that looks good. It's a little bit wider on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little shithead and move him a little bit. Just a little bit right there. And then we're going to take Excuse me real fast, guys. I think I need to pause my mic. Sorry about that, guys. I have to text somebody real fast. Okay, so I honestly think this next part's gonna be a little harder to do because there's a lot of weaving involved in this. So we have to make sure that this is perfectly even with each other. Probably gonna have to use the sewing machine to keep it in line because the sewing machine is heavy. Oh, great. Okay, come on now. Alright, there we go. Because, like I said before, silk runs, so having something heavy on your silk will keep it still, and you will not have to worry about it running off. Okay. So, it looks like this part right here is very close to our lines. So, we're going to have to take this, say, look at it close, guys. Move that up a little bit. Alright, so this is going to be tricky to do, like I said. Because normally with these type of things, you have to be able to flip your ribbon over like so and things. I'm going to show you how I did that again because I don't think you guys saw that very well. Normally you flip your ribbon like so with your fingers. You just grab it, you take it, you flip it. But in this case, it's going to be a little harder than that. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do this as simply as that. Alright. What I think I'm going to have to do, there's some way to do this, and I'm going to have to figure this out. Okay, so it goes zoop, zoop, and then zoop. Alright, so it goes like this, guys. It goes like this, this, and this. I don't know if that makes any sense to you right now. If I had a piece of paper, which I do, I could draw this out real fast and show you what I'm talking about. So let's grab that, and I will try my best to show you that to you. Okay, so do, It looks like an ass cheek right now. And do. So it kind of looks like this, but this is just kind of rough. Let's see. Right. Here is where my little thing is, if you can tell. Guys, yeah. I don't know if you guys can really make that out very well, but it's just 3 little circles, half circles. So this is gonna be a little bit of a irritating thing to do, but we are gonna try to do it. Okay. First off, we have to make sure that we don't put this too high either. This is going to be covered by material right here. So we have to make sure that we allow for that. And this is also going to be probably covered a little bit by the jacket. If you look at this really well in this picture, this dress, the skirt is tucked in by this jacket. So we have to allow for this. That tells me that it's probably going to be right about here that we have to start. Okay. I was laughing in my head earlier about this because of the fact that this skirt, this design is right over the vagina. It's like so funny. Like a woman's cod piece or something. Okay, so let's go ahead and pin this part right here, just because we can. I have done things like this before. It comes out better whenever you're sewing it. Unfortunately, it's hard to pin it. You might ask why I put it here. Well, the reason is I'm hoping to hide the end of it right in one of these little loops. So that's why I'm doing it right here in the loops, guys. So I'm gonna try to not get in your way while you watch me loop this. I know you probably don't have the best view right there. I might move the camera for you for a minute. So still, that would be great too. Okay, there we go. This camera has a mind of its own when it comes to this cord. There we go. Alright, so you guys should be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better now. Alright, so I'm telling you guys that this needs to go in a little bit right in here. And maybe I should bring this over a little bit for you guys. So, yeah, it's like, just bring this in right in here. And take one of these pins. Bring these over to the side now. Take the pin and you can pin this right there. After we do that trick I showed you a minute ago, we can take that trick, take your finger, pin, pull that down. You can also take your ribbon again like that and pull it up so you get your pretty side up and your really nice border there, and so you have that there. And so Now we're going to make the other ring. So here we go. Alright, pin that down. Let's make sure that that's even with this one. Yeah, it looks pretty even right there. And then we're going to take that and stop it right there. We're going to just keep the end right here for a minute. Actually, I'm going to cut it because it's just a little bit long for my taste. And we're going to throw that away. Garbage can's a little far off. Oh, of course, my garbage bag fell. And so now we got the hoop done and everything. Har har. Charlie sent me a rabbit. Now, let's pin that down like so. And there we go. I did not get that pinned right, guys. It has more of a heart shape there, and it did not come out right, so. That's when you unpin it and just try again. See, you just take that and just pin it down again, no problem. Sorry you can't see through my hands, but I really like my hands not getting pricked, so sorry about that. See, you get that nice little border right there. Yeah, this guy right here, I'm gonna have to tango with him later. But I'm gonna have to tango with him and with the sewing machine. Okay, so let's see here. You're gonna have to take this guy and try your best to get him pinned down. Again, guys, I'm sorry you can't see through my hands. Alright, so there we go. And then looks like we can pin that right there and then start on our last loop, which we can actually have done a little bit of a, watch this, guys. You're gonna take this, instead of doing like a full fold, we're gonna do like a half fold right there, and then we're going to take this pin and take the pin and put it through the hat like so, see? And then we're going to take that that'll actually be a good place for us to cut, because of the fact that it'll be a good place to make the loop when we get it done. Alright. Any questions about what we're doing so far, guys? No? Alright. I'm gonna take a short moment just to get me something to drink. So let's move the camera over. I just realized that your angle's still a little bit wonky. I really hate the wire on this camera. It's like, I love everything else about the Kyo, but I hate the wire attachment because it's like, it wants to conquer everything, the movement on it. Okay, so I think this will do. Alright. So, now that we are done with this side, we need to focus on the side over here. Alright, so we gotta move our camera angle again. I love camera angles, don't you guys? Alright. The Kyo would behave. I wouldn't have to get the paddle out later to it. Alright, there, I think we got it. Alright, so our next order of business is to make it go and do this and then this and meet up with our little heart shape right there, and then somehow make it go and do all the rest of the wonderful design. It is about as hard as it sounds, so hopefully all of our Dragon Age training and all of the other games that we have played where they have to have multiple steps in order to make all these beautiful designs and puzzles pay off. And as an artist, I love designs, but as a seamstress, I think they're a pain in the butt. It's a love-hate relationship. Okay, we're almost to the part where I'm gonna have to do the complicated stuff again. Alright, I'm gonna try it like this to see what happens. Feeling that I get, but I haven't missed you yet. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see this or not. They're not. I think I made that side a little bit bigger. I did, and so I also think I put it a little too far down. So what we gotta do is we just bring it up a little bit. There's one other way I could do this, folks, and I don't know how it would turn out. It's like I have this beautiful gold foil material, and I could just take it and try to cut some out of that and make this wonderful design, because this ribbon does not seem like it wants to do this. But I hate to do it like that because of the fact that ouch. Sorry, I have my leg cramping. I hate to do it like that because the fact that if you don't do it just right, it can look terrible. Absolutely terrible. So I'm gonna keep on trying to do this ribbon real fast. But there is other ways to do this. My parents are in the other room singing Prayer Jacques. Okay, I think this is right. My grandmother is the one who taught me how to do ribbons and things, because she taught me how to sew. And I'm very thankful she taught me how to do this, but hang on, I agree with her about it. Ribbons and things being so very annoying. Ouch. Which reminds me. Sorry for that, guys. Thought I want to move the mic over. Shine, bright morning light. Now in the inner spring is coming. Sweet, blowing wind, singing down the hills and valleys. Alright. Too much. And yes, guys, I love Dot Hack Sign. I would love to see more of it, but I'm not sure if it's copyrighted or not. Probably is. And I just don't want to get in trouble. I remember the good old days on Twitch when we could have sing whatever we want, wouldn't get in trouble, and it was just like so much more fun. And now we just get like 10 seconds and then it's like, oh. This side's a lot neater than the other one. But that's sometimes how this one goes. How this goes. But I can try to do the other side again. It's not a big deal. I don't like how that one looks. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing or how to do some of this stuff, let me know, because I mean, I am totally up for questions. Also, I do not do custom work. I have anxiety problems. I only do this for friends, maybe family, but even then, I barely do this. I mean, I have to know the person really well, and even I only like to do alteration at most for them. I mean, I find it very stressful. So it's like I'm about the only person I really like to make costumes for. But I do enjoy costume making. I have won costume contests. Well, one before. I've been in many of them though over the years. I've made plenty of them though over the years, and I just think it's so much fun. It's like I really enjoy going to conventions though. I'm actually going to go and enter go to a convention with this one, and I'm hoping to enter a cosplay contest with this, which is kind of funny because I was thinking about not entering them anymore, but I thinking about changing my mind with this one. I have about 100 yards of ribbon here in case anybody's wondering. I am checking the chat box, so if you do have any comments or something, just go ahead and ask. And also feel free to just chat if you want. We don't bite. Alright guys, you might be able to see the pattern now is finished on this side, and you can probably see that it's connected on this side too, and that we have made the first part of the pattern, and which is great. So woohoo! Cheers for us. We're gonna cover up where the we ran out of where the ribbon first came connected, right here. And we're gonna try to make it where you will not notice that very much from here on out. In case you're wondering, we probably will end our ribbon right there. So now we're going to go and try and do the second part of our design. I'll show you guys now. This right here is our second part, and so we'll consider this our third part. It's like a lot to do, guys. I was telling somebody earlier that it's like, yeah, there's a month before the convention, but I'm running out of time. There's a lot to costume making. Oh, I actually have my first costume still, and honestly, I was thinking about maybe having the voice actors for Jiraiya and Naruto sign it because it was for Haku. I mean, I know the voice actor for Haku is no longer in the business, and I think she only did Haku, from what I understood. But I would really, really love, if I ever was to meet her, to just have her sign my robe as well. Because I mean, I was 14 when I wore it, so I hate to say, but I can't wear it anymore. It's still in pristine condition, okay? So it's like, I mean, it could still be worn or whatever. I just would love to have it signed instead. Because, I mean, that would be so cool. I thought about having the bag that Charlie and I found at the Spirit of Halloween sign, but then I was like, you know, it'd be so much cooler to have that robe sign. Okay. So, I cannot have this go too far. But I just realized that I need to have this a little bit wider on the bottom. I can always adjust it, but it's like right now I need to have this a little wider because of the fact that if I do not have it wider, it won't be meeting up correctly later. So, see, this has to be like that. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. See, this has to go and do this roundabout thing right here, like a tier. And so it's like, if it's not like doing this right now, where it's wide, then I can't make it go down enough with that to make that have an opening right there. And so that's why we have to make sure that this is wide right here. Okay, so it has to be wide enough, and I cannot have it go up too far either. So right about here should be all right for now, I think. I remember the first pattern I put on a costume was when I was about 16 and I was doing Tayuya. My granny insisted that I put the pattern on, and I was like, what? I've never done this before. And she's like, oh, you'll do fine. And I was like, but Granny! And she was like, you do it. And so, anyway, I did end up putting the pattern on, and it was basically the yin yang sign on her costume on the lower part of her dress, I guess. And it was just like I did a pretty good job. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat. And I'm going to stick this little bit of ribbon underneath this ribbon right here. Oh yes, I am. Because I am cheating. Yes, I am. And I'm going to do this, folks. You probably don't do this at home unless you're absolutely sure you can get away with it. Okay. And then I'm going to take this pin and I'm going to pin them both together. Like so. And then, see, it kind of has the same effect as over here, but you probably will never notice unless you tell somebody. And so, unless you tell on yourself, which you probably shouldn't, nobody will ever know. No, don't you do that. It says, I will tell on you. Oh. By the way, everybody has a little cosplay flaw in their costume somewhere. I normally always bring pins and needles and things with me whenever I go to a convention. Safety pins, the works. I mean, I always have a sewing kit on me. It's something you should always do if you have a costume. I can't tell you now how many times I have gone to a cosplay convention, a cosplay contest, and Get busy talking and you do it wrong. That's what you do, Haku. That's what you do, Haku. You do it wrong. Oh, my love, my darling. Okay. So, anyway, you get busy at these conventions, and these people, they don't know things, and they're not seamstresses, most of them. And some of them aren't. But I had a few of them. They're like, "Oh my goodness, my costume has failed," and they're about to go in the cosplay contest, and they're like, "Ah, what do I do? What do I do?" And I'm like, "You need help?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Cool. I carry extra pins with me, because I'll see that there's something wrong, and I'll even give them an extra. I'll give them some of my safety pins or something, because you gotta help each other out." Because it's like, that's just how it goes. Some of those costumes, I mean, like, if you're Poison Ivy or something, you really need to make sure you have some safety pins or something in case something falls off. I mean, that I say that from experience. I've never done Poison Ivy, but I've done enough fun costumes. Okay, I gotta figure this out real fast, guys. So, let's go soup and soup. Is that right? Yeah? No? No? Aha! Ha 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 ha! Yes, I understand you now. Okay, so this soup has to actually go out like this a little bit. And don't you go away on me. I'm still using you. Wait a second. Okay, something's still wrong. Okay. Pay attention to what I'm doing here. Aha, I'm doing it too far. That's the problem. Doing this too far. Okay. So, what I can do, guys, is what I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna actually have to cut this a little bit. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna cut this to actually go right here underneath this ribbon right here. And then, actually, let's cut this a little bit more so that it is like that. It'll hide underneath. You see that I cut it a little slanted, and so it won't fray as bad either that way. And so I cut it underneath, and then we just put it there, and voila. Oh, shoot. I say voila, but looks like it got off balance somehow. See that this needs to be fixed a little bit too. There we go. Okay, so now that we've fixed these things, take the ribbon and we can say, okay, now we have to take this ribbon that we have and say, what's still going on here? And I realize what's going on now and why we couldn't get this settled. One side is still not even with the other. Okay. And this is why I had more on the other side than we had originally. I didn't like this side anyway, so we're gonna have to redo it. So we're just gonna unpin it for a minute. Minute. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, hold on a sec, guys. There's one way I can do this without much hassle. And this is it. So I'm going to take this, say, alright, this is there. And so this right here, start of our woes, needs to be here. So we're gonna pin this right here. Oh yeah, we are, because that's how I work. We're gonna unpin this real fast because that's also how I work. Oh yeah, that's how it goes, folks. Sewing, the devil's craft. Hey Charlie, have you got your PS5 hooked up yet? Charlie got a new PS5 for his birthday! Happy early birthday, Charlie! Charlie good mod. He got some cool presents this year. I'm really happy for him. Charlie's my best buddy. I don't know what I'd do without my Charlie. I say that with all the friend love I can give. Charlie's also going to the convention with me. I wish I could make him a costume in time, but it's like I don't even know what all material I have, or if I would be done with this one in time. We're both wanting to get the shits and giggles from this one. Okay. It's like we really would love to have made Dry's jacket in time, and I might have some material for that if I can get a pattern to fit Charlie. And because I don't have many men's patterns to begin with, I mainly have women's, obviously. And it's like patterns are getting kind of expensive these days. Maybe I'm gonna have Charlie bring a shirt over or something if I get done in time. I can use this shirt as a base, an old shirt. That would work, actually. Okay. Take the ruler. Now take it. Take your ruler and take it and see. So right here is actually where that is, and we might actually have it too high. We do have this too high. So I'm going to have to repin this again. Okay. Oh, good job, Charlie. He's already got all his stuff going. He's getting everything ready on his PS5. Happy for him. Hopefully, Charlie and I can start coordinating days and stuff for broadcasting. He already knows my days and hours, so it's just if we can work around each other, that'd be great. Okay, this is becoming very irritating and fast. Oh. It reminds me of my granny. Sometimes she's irritating with sewing, and so she has a little bit of a spat at it, and she's over there. She'll talk to it and tell it what for, and I do too, honestly. And then she'll throw it aside and say, "Ow!" Like she'll be back for it later, whenever she is done hollering at it. Okay, that's gonna pucker. I can tell. Alright, what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to repin all of this freaking side because it's being a bitch. And what happens when it be's a freaking bitch? It be's a freaking bitch. And it has to be repinned. You take a deep breath, you stretch, and you breathe. And you say to yourself, gremlin talk. And then you say, take a drink. Now you could drink hard liquor, but all I have is Mountain Dew. redo that because I noticed it was about to fall out. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. The pipes, they're calling. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. I'm a real big fan of Scottish and Irish and all that kind of music, Celtic. I really do enjoy it. I really like to listen to the Irish Rovers, though. Oh, that's some fun music. There we go. Finally, I got it right. Got some kind of message here. I went on Reddit one time for some Rune Factory stuff, and now I get messages all the time. And what's even worse is I'm not playing Rune Factory anymore because I plain out just got tired of it after I finished the entire game and then some. Okay, so I need to make sure that I don't have too much headway with that. Okay, so it's being hard to get along with. Alright, so I'm gonna have to call that on that one. It's like that, but it is. Alright, guys. I think I smell food and Haku is getting grumpy. So I'm gonna call it right now.